I've been wearing this look quite often in my Instagram stories, and I've gotten so many requests to put it out there and to do a tutorial. So today we've got some very festive holiday colors, and I, on the regular, have been wearing this look. So if you want to know how to do it, just keep watching. I'm gonna use my Emma cleansing water. I love this because it gets off any and all oils, bacteria, anything off my face, any dirt, excess makeup, you name it, it takes it off. Love, 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 love this stuff. Okay, I do start with my eyes first, but I like to put on my primer all over my face first. And this is the Emma primer. This is my absolute favorite primer. I find that it works for almost every single skin type on all of my clients. Love, 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 love it. It is silky, silky, silky and dries matte. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my eyes. I'm gonna use my paint pot from MAC. And this is in soft ochre. We're gonna use Morphe shadows today. I'm gonna go into this one. This was called the Bronze Mocha palette, and I believe they still call it that, but now all of the wells are circle. So if you go on Morphe and you look for it, it's still this one. They just look a little bit different. And I'm gonna grab this lightest, can you say that? The lightest color in here. And just kind of put that all over the lid, crease, and brow bone. Okay, so that's it from this palette. I really just wanted that brow bone color. All right, now we're gonna go in with this one. Now this one, it says Jewel Crew 9C. This was a gift to me from a friend, and so I hope that that helps you when you're looking for it. But this is what it looks like. If I can open it. There we go. That's kind of what it looks like. It's beautiful. But I'm gonna go in and start with probably Stone Fox. So it's Stone Fox. Right, now we're gonna go into that Rock Out, which is that deeper orangey, burnt orange color. And just kind of layering over that. Layering helps, you might ask like, well, why would I layer over right what I did? Why wouldn't I just go in with this first? I've just found that the more layers that you do, the more your eyeshadow lasts. And if you, I'm gonna take that same color and I'm just going to bring it down a little bit into the lash line. That. Now, since we'll be using concealer under our eyes, it's okay to get it everywhere. Okay, now I'm going to be going into that Rich Girl color, which I love, and sticking to the outer V at first. And I'm only using the tip of my brush. That's why I'm able to use such a fluffy brush and have small eyes and still have this work. Okay, so when there's not a ton of product left, then I'm gonna also pull this over. Okay, now I'm gonna take the smaller brush that we were talking about before and go into that Chocolate Diamond. And again, stay in the outer V first. Get into that lash line right there. And I like that this brush, this is a Morphe 506. This gives me more precision with this brown, that I can really make defined line going this way. Because everything else at this point has been really diffused. This will give me a more defined line. Okay, so just kind of rubbing it into the lash line down here, kind of at an angle, but I'm leaving this bare on purpose because we are going to use the Fool's Gold in there. And now I'm just gonna buff everything in with our blending brush. And just keep blending, blending, blending until you like what it's looking like. Okay, so right in the middle of this video, my husband brings in my new camera, so we'll see how this goes. I don't quite know how to use it yet. So it'll be interesting to see my phone versus this. Sorry, I'm just trying to see if it focuses. Okay, well, let's just keep going. I like to use my fingers sometimes. And so for this one, oh, come on, focus. There we go. For this gold, I'm just gonna use my finger. And I'm gonna put it right in there. And I wanna pack this on. And if ever you feel you've overlapped too much, just take the brush that you were using. Just kind of blend the two together. Now to clean everything up, I'm taking a dry cotton ball with nothing on it. I'm just kind of getting some of the fallout off. So I am using a mixture of two because I'm trying out new foundations. So a lot of my makeup artist friends, they love this foundation. So I don't know, I'm addicted to Frankie Rose. So I'm going to use it, a little bit of Frankie Rose only to correct this color a little bit. This can be full coverage, but you can also make it less so. You are in control when you put on your makeup of how heavy or how light you want to do something. Sometimes what I like to do is I'll buff this in with a brush, and then I will take a beauty blender or a Real Technique sponge, just any one of those sponges, and just kind of roll it over the face, and it takes off the excess, but doesn't absorb so much that it takes all my foundation off. And I'm noticing that no matter how much I use a primer, just getting close to my 40s, foundation just sinks in no matter what, and creases and does all the beautiful things. And so I just try to put less product up here where most of my wrinkles are. I try not to put a lot of foundation here because I know I'm already going to be using concealer, so there's no point in doubling up, especially when you have a little bit more mature skin, or as your skin matures, the less, the better. But I do like a full coverage, you know, so you kind of have to play with that balance of, yes, I'm putting makeup all over my face, but I need to be intentional with how I do it and knowing my skin and my face. Okay, and just with whatever product you might have left over, just kind of making sure everything is blending in. All right, my cute little daughter is going to join us in here right before her nap. So now I'm just going in and getting some concealer for some problem areas that need a little extra love. I love hearing you chew your sandwich.
Thank you. Do you want to take a bite?
Oh, no, thank you.
Okay.
But I love you.
Thank you.
You
love me?
I do love you so much. Love, love, love this liquidy concealer. This is from Frankie Rose, and there are just no words. This one doesn't crease on me. This one doesn't leave me overly dry. I love it. And then I decide how extreme to make the eyeshadow over here. I want to add a little bit more of that highlight color just right underneath the brow bone, because I feel when blending it kind of was taken away a little bit. So just right up against that brow. Not a ton, just a little bit. Okay, now I want to do brows. I find that sometimes it is easier to brush down your brows to kind of see what you're working with and see what you need to do up there. And as soon as you've gotten the top line done, then you can go and brush them up. But I brush them down. You may be skeptical at first, but try it. Another friend of mine, another makeup artist friend told me this, and I was like, okay, my mind is blown. My mind is blown. I'm using ColourPop Cosmetics. These are only $5. These are super, super creamy. They're retractable. Yes, you go through them maybe a touch faster than you would a normal pencil, but for the price point, I find it to be worth it, like incredibly worth it, to where I just keep coming back for more. So I'm taking Banging Brunette. I probably said it wrong. I said it like an old lady. It's Bangin' Brunette, not banging. Okay, so once I've gotten my top line, kind of brush the hairs back up and brush through that to diffuse that a little bit more so it's not as harsh. So this spoolie, because I've been kind of brushing through product, has a little bit of product on it. I like to use that for the center right here, so as not to add too much product. Today I'm just not wanting to. So I just kind of brush up on the hairs, and I love how that turns out. So I'll go ahead and do that to the other one. Okay, so as soon as I'm done with that, I take my Anastasia Brow Duo. This one's in dark brown, and I have tried all kinds of different brow pencils, brow brushes. And this angled brush is my absolute favorite from also Anastasia. The spoolie's okay, it's all right, but I love how thin, how short, and how stiff this brush is. It is absolutely incredible. So I use the darkest brown for out here, and then the lighter part I use more in the center. I wipe it off just a tiny, tiny bit and then use that lighter color. Sometimes I do like a strong brow that is very squared off. And you found the letter S? And sometimes I like it more natural. Brows to me are like outfits. I do it different all the time. And I'm by no means a brow wizard. So I still am learning more and more about how to do my brows, how to do others' brows, and it's a constant journey, but this is kind of what I do now. Then last but not least, I just use a brow setting gel. My favorite one is from Marc Jacobs, but they're kind of redoing their formulation and I still haven't seen it on the shelves yet. So this is just Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I can't say it's necessarily my absolute favorite, but I needed something. So I grabbed this from Ulta and we've been trying it out. And it's just like hairspray for your brows, especially if you have unruly brows. You definitely are gonna want something that will set the hairs and not make them stick up in crazy ways and everything. I like to repeat the eyeshadow that I did on top underneath. So I'm just gonna take all those same colors and a brush like this. I'm gonna go with the Stoned Fox, which was the first orange that we used. Go a little bit further down than I normally would. And then it's always up to you how far down you want to go. Sometimes I like to do the lightest color from here all the way down to like pretty far, and then I do darker, 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 darker up toward the lash line, or you can do darkest out here and kind of come in. Totally up to you. Right now I'm doing all over light, and then as it gets darker, it's going to get closer to the lash line. Now I'm taking Rock Out. And with Rich Girl, that beautiful maroon. If you've ever seen me do my transformations, you'll notice that when I put shadow down here, especially further from the lash line, it actually opens up your eyes instead of closing them. So that archaic thought that putting stuff down here closes off your eyes, it really doesn't. When you put it on your waterline, I find that that totally closes off your eyes. So if I'm doing a transformation and the person that I'm doing has, you know, smaller eyes, then I will put a darker thing on the inside to kind of close it up. But shadow on the bottom actually opens up your eyes. So just some food for thought there. Now that brown, and this is going right up against the lash line. I wear false lashes almost every single day, and I will be doing that again today. Something that I like about the Superhero mascara from It Cosmetics is it's the quickest, it's very thick. So if you're wearing it on its own, it might be a little bit too thick, but I mean, you can always wipe off the spoolie a little bit. But I love that it gives the fastest volume. It gives maybe not as much lengthening, but the volume, and just gets them black super quick for me because my lashes are brown. And I just want them to be black to match the lashes that I'll be putting on. These are the lashes I'm going to be using. I can't remember the name of these, but they did come from House of Lashes. And I'm just going to use my duo glue and throw those on super, super quickly. I'll have an updated eyelash tutorial here for you in the next couple weeks. Okay, so just got my eyelashes on, and the next thing I'm going to do, my favorite lip products ever are these two. They're from Maybelline. This one's 005, this one's 035, and I just do the dark first. I love that these are drugstore. They're super, super cheap, and with how much my lipstick sometimes tends to bleed up, this is a stay on. It's not going to do that, so I can overline and not worry that it's going to go up through the cracks. Okay, so again, reasons I love this lipstick. Drugstore, super inexpensive. The application, very user-friendly. It is a little bit sticky, but that's why you have this little moisture stick on the other side. I personally do not feel that I need to use the moisture stick like a ton, so I really like it. I really, really love this product. And those numbers again, 005, because they make it impossible to read the words, but 005 for the dark and 035 for the lighter on the inside. So now I'm gonna warm up the face a little bit. I feel like we've got these dramatic lips, these dramatic eyes, and we just need some color, some repetition with some variation going on. So I have been loving the Anastasia, just the single. I do love her contour kit with all of the different colors, but I do find that I use one more than all the other ones, and I'd love to just get that one. And so I thought it would be a good idea just to find one of the bronzers that I really, really liked. And this one is Saddle, and I love it. I found that I can use this on most clients, either with a light touch or a little bit heavier. So just kind of warming up the face. Contouring is different than bronzing. So, I mean, you can go up on the cheekbone, but you can also go on the apple of the cheek, and just kind of hitting those general areas, but It's to warm up the face rather than contour. When I'm doing my transformations into other people, I use cool tone browns more often than not because those create the shadow that I'm looking for. And this is just to bring color to the face and to warm it up. And I love this stuff. Love it. Then with the same brush, I'm going to go in with this mineralized blush from MAC, and this is in Gleeful. This one is, this is one that it kind of is more of a berry, and I like to use this also with a soft touch. Very, very lightly brushing it on because you can always add more, but it's hard to take blush away. Sometimes for continuity, I'll add a little bit of blush into the eyeshadow look that I did, but I feel that I kind of don't need to. For shine, I'm going to be using Jaclyn Hill's, oh heavens, I can't even remember the name of it. Vegas? Oh my word, that's terrible. I'm gonna figure it out, but mine broke. My daughter dropped it, and so now it's in this. That's why I don't know the name of it. What's it called? I'm gonna remember in like 2 seconds. I'll totally remember. I love this. If you have really oily skin and you're prone to acne, just know that any highlight you put on your face is really, it's just going to come out that much more. It just shows, you know, bumps and imperfections a lot. So if you're okay with that, go for it. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of this and put it even more on the inner corner to lighten, brighten, and bring out the eyes. And then I love taking this and putting it on the center of my lip. Any highlight that I'm going to use, or if I use a strong brow bone color, I really like to use that on the bottom part of my lip. And there's the look. Now you can just use any setting spray that you want. My setting spray that I really, really love is Urban Decay. I love all of their setting sprays. So hope you guys enjoyed that. I love, love, love this eye. Come on, camera. New camera, focus. Focus. There we go. So love this eye. So much fun. I just love all the colors, and I love that they are very holiday-esque, very berry and beautiful. So hope you guys like that. Check out some of my other tutorials. I do normal makeup, but most of the time I do transformations. So I hope you guys will check those out as well. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Oh dear. Vegas is not even in the name. It's Champagne Pop. I'm at work. How are you enjoying those animal crackers over there?
Great.
I can hear you crunching. They're great?
Great.
Oh, good.
A little cracker in my soup. I'm a little got so deep, but I have fun following animals on my way.
You're so cute, Sophie.